Who would have thought that I prefer swimming in the lake to the pool? Not me, but it's happened. Hi, I'm Emma Stokes and this is weeks 19 and 20 of my Dart 10K training diary. Thought I'd start by saying that some of you may not have watched all of these videos, but I only learnt to swim last year. And I worked out that it's exactly a year and a week ago that I had my first swimming lesson. And I was reminiscing with Zoe in the pool yesterday when we were doing some drills about how I got in the pool. I was the only person in the lido, other than the staff were just milling around and well, being busy, obviously, getting ready for customers. And I remember looking at this massive pool and looking at my teacher and thinking, oh my God, this is just so embarrassing, because literally I couldn't even swim half a width. He asked me to swim and show him my swimming, and I was like, yeah, okay, here goes. And then I remember at the end of my lesson saying to him, so Anthony, it's 10 weeks until this triathlon that I've entered. What do you think? What are my chances? And bless him, he obviously didn't want to burst my bubble, and he just went, Emma, nothing's impossible. And I actually did do it. I did do it was a super sprint, so it wasn't very far. But I did. I learnt to swim and swam 400 metres, and I did that after 10 weeks of learning to swim. And now, a year later, I've worked out, because I am a bit of a geek and I do like spreadsheets and exporting data and stuff, and I've worked out that I've swum 170 kilometres since that day. That doesn't include my swimming lessons, because obviously they weren't proper lengths and stuff, but yeah, since I got in the pool. So what have I been up to? So it's 2 weeks since I last posted. 2 weeks ago, I got into a routine really of doing my pool swim on like a Tuesday, and I do about 2 miles and try and make it a real power sort of swim, try and go as fast as I can, just using it for fitness really. And then I'm getting into the lake twice. So I'm doing my 3 swims as per the Dart 10K training program. And so then I'm getting into the lake and doing maybe about 2K, and then doing my long swim as well. So 2 weeks ago, I did 4.5K in my wetsuit in the lake. So that was then my longest swim in a wetsuit. And it is exhausting, but I'm absolutely loving it. I find it so liberating compared to being in a pool. In fact, when I go to the Lido now, I don't enjoy it as much. I think I'm going to be a bit of a convert to open water. Who knows, I might even go wild and become a wild swimmer, but one step at a time. So yeah, I did my long swim, but I'd had a skinful of Prosecco the night before, with Zoe as well, I have to hasten to add, she led me astray. And so yeah, I was feeling a bit ropey. I did the first lap of the Lake 86, and literally my mouth was so dry. So what I was doing was, after every lap I was stopping and having a drink, because the hangover just wasn't good. But I did really well. However, my watch battery died as I got out. So it seems that even though I'd changed my Apple Watch, all the settings to make the battery last as long as I could, and it was really coping well in the pool, probably just because all it had to do was count lengths. But in open water, I think having to use the GPS was just zapping the battery. So I took the plunge and bought myself a new watch. I absolutely love it. I went for the Garmin Fenix 5S. I went for the Sapphire Rose Gold, just because I'm so girly. And I really love it. And so I've had it on. I didn't charge it. So I hadn't charged it since Thursday. Did a long swim today, and it's still got 65% battery. I mean, seriously, I was having to charge my Apple Watch every night. And that was even without doing like a long swim or something. So yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled with it. And I'm hoping that, you know, with the sapphire screen, I won't get any scratches, and it's super comfy. And although it looks big on my wrist, I have got really skinny wrists, but I think it's quite girly. So I'm really happy with it. And then this week I did again my 2 miles in the pool. I'm averaging about 41-minute miles at the moment, which is so slow. I know it's slow, but for me it's mega, because probably only about 8 months ago, I was doing 50-minute miles. So I have really improved, and I'm hoping that by the time I get to the Dark 10K, which is 10 weeks away today, that obviously I'll be that little bit faster again. And then on Wednesday, it was a Kimo Swim, timed swim event. Anyone who's local to South Cerney, get down there. It's such a great night. Don't be put off by the fact that you might not have done much open water swimming. There are serious triathletes there, and they can be quite intimidating. I just hang back, just go at the back. They lap me, but it doesn't matter. It's really good for me to get used to having other people around me in the water. So I'm calm now. When I see them, I just think they can swim around me, just look around, keep sighting, aware of who's around me, and it's absolutely fine. I mean, that would have really upset me even a month ago, because I got lapped by like quite a crowd of them that were all swimming together, and yeah, it was cool. I just thought, yeah, off you go. So yeah, I did a really slow swim. It was like I did the 1.9 and took me, I don't know, 50 minutes or something, but my sighting's still not great. I think I need to sight more often than I am doing, because I'm just like tracking. Like when I looked at my Garmin today on the map, like my lines are so wiggly, it's insane. But yeah, all the same, absolutely adored it. It was the most beautiful evening. Zoe came along, my husband came along. Yeah, it was a really, really nice night. And then today I did my long swim in Lake 86 again. Zoe came along as well. And I did 5.4k. I was so pleased with myself. I lost count of laps, so I just swam. I just thought I just need to swim for 2 hours, and then I looked at my watch and I was like, oh my god, it's like nearly 2 hours. So swam back to the jetty, and I did 2 hours 2 minutes. So for me, that's a really good time. Yeah, I feel okay about that. So what I've started doing differently with my nutrition and sort of fueling myself, now that I'm doing longer and in open water, I'm finding it's even more exhausting than in the pool. I've got some electrolyte sachets that I'm adding to my bottle of water, only when I'm doing my long swims really, and it's making a real difference. So I made myself go to the jetty once and have a really big drink, and then go back out again. It just kind of keeps everything ticking over. I've had no cramp today, so you know that's pretty good. And then also after my swim, I'm taking a protein powder, like a recovery one, it's called, because otherwise what I was finding was when I got home, I would eat, obviously, but I found like I couldn't satisfy my hunger. I just couldn't satisfy it. So I'm obviously burning a lot of calories. But by having one of these like almost immediately after I get out the water, it's really helping the recovery and also helping with my muscles as well. They don't feel quite so depleted. So that's working really well. Bought some new goggles, which are clear lenses, because the ones I've got are like mirrored, and they're really good on a really sunny day, but on a duller day I was finding like visibility not that great. So I bought some really clear lenses. They're Aquasphere, and I got them from Wiggle. The Wiggle website is brilliant. God, their delivery is like so quick, and I find the prices are really, really good. So yeah, if you haven't been on it, I'd really recommend it for kit. So I got these Aquasphere goggles, which are really comfy actually. They're really nice. The only thing is, I must have long eyelashes because my lashes touch the lens, which is a bit weird. But that's my only complaint. Other than that, they're great, which is really good because when we did the Kimo swim circuit, she takes the route and it goes right out into a quite dark corner of the lake. And because it's the swims in the late, it's like 7 o'clock we start, some of those corners are really dark. So I was quite thankful for my clear lenses. So that's all I've got today. I'm mindful that my updates are going to get a little bit less eventful unless anything drastic happens. Let's hope not. Because really all I'm doing is just building my distance, and my confidence is growing all the time. My ability is growing all the time. I'm just loving this journey. So if anyone else is training, I'd love to hear how you're getting on as well, because this is just so new for me. Oh my God, and on Instagram and Facebook today, I was watching the Bantham swoosh footage. I'm so jealous. I'm definitely going to enter for that next year. I might even go for the golden ticket next year. I might go for the Bantham, the Dart 10K and the Hurly Burly and do a trio. I think that'd be quite cool. But we'll see. I'll see if I can get the ballot place. So yeah, congratulations to everybody that did the Bantam swoosh. It looks like a beautiful swim. Just on a final note, I'm so grateful for everybody's support. Anybody who has sponsored me, thank you, thank you, thank you. It means such a lot. It is a cause that's really close to my heart. It's Refuge, the charity for women who've been subjected to domestic abuse. And I'm 60% to my target, my fundraising target. So if you've got even just a couple of quid that you could sponsor me, that would be amazing. Thank you. And I'll put the link at the bottom in my description. And yeah, thank you for continuing to watch me, and I will speak to you probably in another couple of weeks. Take it easy.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.